Happy Beltane. Happy May Day. Happy whatever. Happy lovely afternoon or evening, in case wherever you are. Um, you'll have to give us a few minutes. We're we're running a little bit
I might
sly
have
on
to
the
go get
time.
them. You're perfect in the picture.
Okay,
I'm.
you're gonna go upstairs. We're gonna. Sansy's gonna go upstairs and put some naughty dogs away. Hey, knock it off up there, you rotten children! You're making all the racket. Pit bulls. What are you gonna do with them? Yeah, they can see me up in a window here. I'm in the backyard of the Tinney's house. It's an absolutely beautiful backyard, as you can see. And we've got a little room up there that I've been recovering from my double knee surgery, which I will now let you know. I was officially discharged from in-home visits, and I just now walked down about 2 or 3 steps, 4 of them over there. I walked down 4 steps without using my hands to hold me in any way. That was just purely on my legs. That's a big thing for me. I'll tell you. It's interesting to have to be learning how to re-walk again. We take our walking for granted because we learn when we're so little we're not actually paying attention. We're just doing it by instinct. But when you have to rethink it and relearn it, it's fascinating, really. And one of the things is it makes me kind of think a little bit, because if the body is this incredible of a machine and it can do the things that I've watched it do already. I mean, they took out my kneecaps, they took out pieces of bone, and they replaced them with other pieces. I don't know what they make them out of. I think it's a silicon of some sort, but they're not organic, and they put them in there, and then they put everything back, attached it all, and kind of said, okay, it's all going to grow back together so soon. And I've watched this over the past 2 months now grow and change and build. And I have to say that the human body is a fantastic thing. It's a fantastic creation. And if the body can do what it does, imagine what the mind can do without the corporeal physics to worry about. We have incredibly powerful minds. And I think right now, in this particular problem of times, I think we're having to really use that mind to its fullest. And, there's a lot of people out there that are battling with depression, and a lot of people the shadows are coming for them because they can't do their normal things to get away from them. And you might think that's a bad thing, but it isn't. It really, as scary and hard and difficult and painful as it is to have to turn around, stop doing all of your little coping tricks, and actually look your shadow in the eye and say, okay, what are you? We're going to fix this thing. It's not easy. And so for any of you out there that are having a hard time right now, I hear you. I feel you. And you have my complete compassion and understanding, and that's why I'm doing these shows. I'm doing them partly to keep myself busy, and partly to make money, because all my gigs got canceled. But there's another part in there too, and the other part is that I'm doing it on Twitch deliberately, so that people don't have to pay. They can just come and they can just watch, and if they don't have the money, that's okay. That's cool. If I'm being able to cheer them up, that's my gift back. Because I'll tell you, just today is Bandcamp Happy Day, and they've waived all their fees for the revenue fees for the artists. So anything you buy today on Bandcamp, more money gets to the artist than normal. And there's been this huge explosion on my page, and people have been buying all sorts of stuff. And thank you, every one of you, for doing that. And it's just, I'm just paying back. I'm just paying it back as I can. So, if you're out there and you're having a bad day and you just wanted to tune in and see something nice and think about something else, you're more than welcome. Please stay and join us this afternoon. We are celebrating May Day, and it is a gorgeous, beautiful day. And one of the ways they celebrate Beltane and May Day is with a great big mucking bonfire. Well, as you could hear when Sansi walked back here from taking care of the dogs, all the crunching leaves, yeah, probably not the best idea to light a fire right now. So we're not lighting any fires, but I can sure sing about one. Blazing blood on a moonlit night, firelight glinting, burning bright. We dance and chat and scream delight. Sylphs and gnomes just out of sight of flames. Flames reaching ever higher, roaring, panting, hissing fire flames. Flames that the light inspire. Nothing tames a good Beltane fire. Swirling sparks in a fiery flame, call to each one of us by name, igniting passion, staking claim. Couples pairing, it's all fair game with flames. Flames reaching ever higher, roaring, panting, hissing fire flames. Flames that the light inspire. Nothing tames a good Beltane fire. Sacred woods in a fiery flare, hawthorn and oak and ash are there, all glowing naked against the glare. Branches lit in a lustful snare. Flames, flames reaching ever higher, roaring, panting, hissing fire flames. Flames that the light inspire. Nothing tames a good Beltane fire. Bonds in the morning dew, promising futures bright and new. A pact is made beneath the yew, saplings sprout right into view. Flames, flames reaching ever higher, roaring, panting, hissing fire flames. Flames that the light inspire. Nothing tames a good Beltane fire. Flames reaching ever higher, roaring, panting, hissing fire flames. Flames that the light inspire. Nothing tames a good Beltane fire. Flames, flames reaching ever higher, roaring, panting, hissing fire flames. Flames that the light inspire. Nothing tames a good Beltane fire. Flames, flames reaching ever higher, roaring, panting, hissing fire flames. Flames that the light inspire. Nothing tames a good Beltane fire. Oh, I like that one. Birdies like that one. Well, let's see. Since the birdies like it, I'll do a fire song for the birdies, shall I? We'll do a fire song for the birdies. One dark and stormy night, a fledgling fell from flight into a Faulkner's arms. Though dead it seemed to be, the Faulkner could not see any wound to cause such harms. The Faulkner bound it around and laid it on the ground, then went and built a funeral pyre with the bandaged bird within. Soon the flames began to spin, tangle up and then grow high. From there a phoenix bold rose up a flame and gold, twisting about within the air. Still bound it hung above and sang of pain and love, of the magic power both dark and fair. I am a life's flame, respect my name. My fire is red, my heart is gold. Thy dreams can be, believe in me, if you but let my wings unfold. the falconers fear, there may be danger here. I cannot let this raptor free. Its words I cannot trust. It burns with power's lust, so in turn it could burn me. The falconer then moved fast, and iron shackles cast, thus catching up the bird in chain. My fear has boded ill, and bound me against my will, and I must die and rise again. I am a life's flame, respect my name. My fire is red, my heart is gold. My dreams can be, believe in me, if you but let my wings unfold. Phoenix burned so bright, it burst upon the night, its golden breasted flame and fan. One flash of fire and then came stormy night again, and found the falconer holding air. Magic never dies, in children's hearts it lies. Pray let them learn from times before. From dragon's flame and ire can come forth phoenix fire, and we will hear the song once more. I am a life's flame, respect my name. My fire is red, my heart is gold. My dreams can be, believe in me, if you but let my wings unfold. I am a life's flame, respect my name. My fire is red, my heart is gold. My dreams can be, believe in me, if you but let my wings unfold. I need a drink. Now there's a companion to that song. Little did I know long ago, when Heather wrote Life's Flame and put the words, "From dragon's ire comes phoenix fire," and we will hear the song once more. Little did I know what was going to happen to Heather Alexander and what her fate would be. Little did I know that I would be able to emerge from the land of Fae and take her place. But when I did, I was looking at that song and I had realized I identified that song with her. And I did a little research, and to my surprise found that the dragon and the phoenix were linked together. And Heather did not know that when she wrote the song. But in the Asian mythology, they are linked together. And in the mythology, the phoenix comes to the land of China and sings this great heraldic song of change coming to the land, and then bursts into a ball of flame and leaves all in darkness. And then in the darkness, the wind picks up, and riding upon the wind comes the dragon, who is ever in pursuit, always following the phoenix, Suzaku. Ryu the dragon comes to the land, bringing with him the change to the country in the form of a new emperor. And when I did more research, talking to my Buddhist brother, I said, all right, so the dragon is the emperor. What is the phoenix then? And he said, well, think about it a little bit. And I said, would the phoenix be the empress? And he's like, ha, grasshopper, you are most wise. And then I said, but you know, all the tumultuous turmoil that's pictured in all the pictures of art, when you see the dragon and the phoenix, they seem to be locked in some sort of a strange relationship. What part of the story is that? And he says, do you not understand the concept of yin and yang, the concept of mortal combat and wedded bliss being bonded as one? And then all of a sudden it dawned on me that yes, I did understand that, being in mortal conflict and wedded bliss all in the same person. So that's where the following song came from. The match to the firebird is, of course, the dragon. He is the balance of nature. You watched her fire. You listened to her haunted song of true desire. Now the empress is gone. A hopeless heart is more than you can take, while something dark is rising up from out the lake. You can run for the caves or the hill, the balance of nature's coming still. Where the phoenix once burned, the dragon has returned, bringing strength and power to fulfill the word and will. He rules the water, from rain and stream to storm and sea, a pearl of thunder he carries in his company. His breath is raindrops, or fire falling from the sky. Across the hilltops, on wings of change, you watch him fly. You can run for the caves or the hills, the balance of nature's coming still. Where the phoenix once burned, the dragon has returned, bringing strength and power to fulfill the word and will. He seeks Suzaku, the phoenix burning ever bright. The flame he walks through turns to sea fire in the night. They call him Ryu, she sings to him a battle cry. He roars, I love you, they fight in joy and never die. They are the yin and yang, bound by their wedded bliss. Without their fighting dance, this world would not exist. Without conflicting change, life's value then would cease. But balance kept in range can bring us all inner peace. You can run for the caves or the hill, the balance of nature's coming still. Where the phoenix once burned, the dragon has returned, bringing strength and power to fulfill. You can run for the caves or the hill, the balance of power's coming still. Where the empress returned, bringing strength and magic to fulfill the word and will. So now you know the true story of that song. Alrighty, let's see here. Balance of nature, yes. Well, here's a balance of nature song. This is a little something I learned when I lived in Oklahoma. There's something there that I call nature's razor wire. Happens to rhyme with razor wire. It's sawbriar. Any of you that's run yourself afoul of this stuff, you know what it's like. It's a huge, nasty vine, has long thorns about this thick, sharp as needles, but more like thick as a tooth of a dog at the base. And when it dries, it turns solid hard. And it's just like, it's like this huge hard stick with nasty spikes all over it. It's wicked, wicked stuff. Crawls all over the oak forests in Oklahoma. But there's a secret to being able to get through the forest without being rended to shreds by the sawbriar. You look around for the soft green and the little flowers, because this creature, she wraps around the sawbriar and pushes out in front of him to kind of protect you from his edgy attitude. And that's the honeysuckle. So I always look for the honeysuckle when I'm walking out in the woods in Oklahoma, because if I find the honeysuckle, I know that I have a chance of getting through the forest without getting my clothes completely shredded. So this is a little song about the relationship and how sometimes if you're a little bit edgy and spiky, you might just need a little bit of softening from a friend. Brightest of the flowers within the oaken wood will keep me there for hours, indulging as I should, sparkling with the morning dew, smelling sweet and fine. Nothing beats a wander through the honeysuckle vine. You make the woods a safer place as rounded you entwine. My journey's blessed by the grace of honeysuckle vine. Darkest path of sawbriar will rend and rip and snare, but thorns will lose their fire, engulfed by something fair. 'Cause round she wraps her gentle arms, softening every point, adding all her scented charms of honey to anoint. You make the woods a safer place, shrouded you entwine. My journey's blessed by the grace of honeysuckle vine. Is proven every day by Mother Nature's talents that happen as they may. So when the thorn starts growing out, then take it as a sign to make yourself go walk about in honeysuckle vine. You make the woods a safer place, as rounded you entwine. My journey's blessed by the grace of honeysuckle vine. You make the woods a safer place, as rounded you entwine. My journey's blessed by the grace of honeysuckle vine. And for those of you that are wondering, if you saw last week's Twitch announcement, it was a white stag falling asleep in a big beautiful pile of greenery. With that greenery, if you look carefully, that's honeysuckle. And this week, I decided, since it was Beltane, that I would show you the other version of that beautiful piece of art, which, by the way, has been drawn by Leah Graff. She will be working with me in the future. You will see a lot more of her artwork. I'm sweet talking her out of various different things, not the least of which is a short graphic novel based on 3 of my tunes together. I won't tell you anything more about it. It'll be a secret until you find out later. But she originally drew the picture as you see it this week with the little flying fairy cat, little Sancy cat in there. And so I thought, this being Beltane, I would share that particular version with you. Hopefully you've got a little Sancy cat that you can cuddle up with today. Alrighty, let's see here. Speaking of cuddling up, here's a good song for that. This is kind of like that. This is an old song written long ago when I used to live here in the great Northwest, in the shadow of Mount Rainier. On a bright Beltane morning, I rise from my sleep and softly go walking where the dark is yet deep. Whew. And the tall eastern mountain with its stretch to the sky, I'm sorry, casts a luminous shadow where my true love doth lie. It's taken me this long to come back to the Northwest to find her. I followed that shadow to where morning dew gleams. I'd ne'er wake my love from her innocent dreams. Rather stand there in silence and watch for a while, for I'd ne'er wake her slumber or trouble that smile. But passion soon takes me, my will then turns weak, and ever so gently I kiss her fair cheek. So soft is that touch, she knows not, I suppose, and upon her side pillow I place her one thornless rose. The morning makes rainbows upon the white walls. Far off in the forest the summer lark calls. Though the sun has now risen, one star yet I see. 'Tis the star of May morning, my true love to me. She's the star of May morning, my true love to me. Apparently I still get very mushy when I sing romantic songs. Oh well, can't help that. It's called feeling. We have that sometimes. For me personally, I have to say it's a good thing to have back. It's been a while, I think. Let's see. I didn't put what to put this in. Let's just try it here. This is another little tune, long ago written. Boys can be such, rascals. They're very bold, but then when it gets serious, they run away. That's kind of what this song is. Ladies, bring your flowers fair, fresh as the morning dew, virgin white, and through the night I will make sweet love to you. The petals soon grow soft and fall, upon which we may rest. With gentle sigh I'll softly lie my head upon your breast. just like many wondrous flowers, will blossom from our sleep. With steady arm from any harm, my lady I will keep. Through soft spring days and summer's haze, I will be with thee till when the fall draws near, I disappear, till spring has come again. Oh, ladies, bring your flowers fair, fresh as the morning dew, virgin white, and through the night I will make sweet love to you. Like I said, boys are rascals and they're naughty. We can't help ourselves. Alrighty, let's see. Well, we're on the subject of fire, but I'm gonna do a different one. I'm gonna do this one because I did this a little while ago, just a couple twitches ago, I think. But I'm gonna do it again because I think I did it during my monster set. But it's not just about monsters. It's actually about love. And it's one of my favorite stories that in the Storyteller series of Jim Henson. It's the Grovel Hog, the story of the Grovel Hog. It's called Hans the Hedgehog. Blah, blah, blah. Can't say it. But the reason I love this story so very much is that I can relate to it. Basically, the story is that by a betrayal that she didn't mean, the princess who is married to this awful grovel hog beast who turns into a man at night but is stuck as a grovel hog during the day, she betrays him by speaking of this secret, which she should have kept for one more night. But by speaking that secret, she condemns him to being a grovel hog forever. And she felt so bad about this that she walked the world in iron shoes looking for him. And when she finally found him, she met up with him face to face, and he went to run away from her. And she ran up to him and grabbed him and held him tight in her arms. And he turned into all manner of vicious, mean creature, smacking her, biting her, shredding her arms with his claws. And finally, he ran out of vicious, mean creatures, and she still held on to him. And in her arms was her husband. And sometimes we get very naughty because we don't know how to ask for a hug. And it's worth a try. When one of us is out there, when your loved one is out there and they're being naughty, sometimes it's because they're scared. Most of the time, it's because something's wrong. Find out what's wrong and give them a hug and see what happens. So. Could you wait just single? Could you not wait one single night? Thought you knew beyond what's wrong and right. Did you even hear the words I say? If you did, then why'd you do it anyway? You thought me ugly once before. Well, now I'm that and so much more. A mean and vicious kind of sight. Beast by day and now much worse by night. Can you hold me now? I don't think you can. I'm the beast you made me out to be. Only love's embrace can change me to a man. I thought I made it crystal clear, yet you let reason interfere. And when I told you what I need, you let your fears about me intercede. Well, now I'd best be on my way. I'll leave before the break of day. The cock and crow shall be my guide. The horse and dog will follow at my side, hungry as a wolf, strong as any bear, free as any eagle circling in the air, swift as any stag, fierce as any lion, lonely as the animal whose heart is slowly dying, nature's child, rampant, crazed, and wild. Can you hold me now? Oh, I don't think you can. I'm the beast you made me out to be. Only love's embrace can change me to a man. So now you've come to my new home, amidst the waters, woods, and loam. I find you standing at my door, wearing a face I've seen just once before. I can't believe you're really here. I'll back away if you draw near. All monstrous beasts with deadly harms will rise to meet you if I'm in your arms. Can you hold me now? Oh, I don't think you can. I'm the beast you made me out to be. Only love's embrace can change me. Can you hold me now? Oh, I don't think you can. I'm the beast you made me out to be. Only love's embrace can change me to a man. Change me, change me, change me. Can you hold me now? Wasn't planning on doing that one, but I'm glad I did. Let's see. You know, I'm not feeling too bad. I've been doing kind of short shows because with pain in my legs and meds in my head, it's been kind of hard. My voice has been giving me trouble, but I'm pulling off of a lot of those meds now, and so I feel a little bit better today. So how about if, well, I did this song just recently. I did this for a Renaissance Fair broadcast just this last week on Sunday. There's another Ren Fair broadcast coming up this Sunday. I forget what the numbers, what the link is for it. But if you follow my Facebook, I'll probably have it posted up tomorrow. It'll tell you when and what page to go to. But there's going to be another concert on Sunday, Ren Fair stuff, and I'll be doing that for them live. And I did this song because it's a very traditional song for me to do at Ren Fair. But you know, I would be amiss if I didn't do this on May Day, because it's just supposed to be. I am a creature of the wood, forsaken in my solitude. My song is pleasure and is pain. My song can drive a man insane. So come with me, my pipes I'll play, and we will dance till break of day. I shall be thy lover. I've been alive since time began, not beast, not God, and yet not man. I am the music and the dance. I am the piper who enchants. So loose all ties to mortal kind. My pipe shall play within thy mind. I shall be thy lover. Come unto me, my beauteous maid. I'll lead thee to the hidden glade. Thou shalt be happy and be free. When I play, thou wilt dance for me. will feast on fruit fresh from the vine, and I will sample the fruits of thy hind. I shall be thy lover, sweet love I'll make for thee alone, and show thee sights before unknown. I'll be thy master and thy friend, for I'm the gold and rainbows, and I am the beast within all man. I am the rhyme past mortal can. I shall be thy lover. La 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 la. I've played my pipes before man's dawn, seen maidens ripe turn pale and wan, taught man the art of song and dance, yet had to part from mortal clans. I must return to silent tales. No fire burns, and nature dwells. So take thy rest within the shade, and as the evening hours fade, I'll take thee deeper in the glade. My cloven hoofs through heather wade, I'll teach thee things that eyes forbade. Our souls entwine and unafraid, I shall be thy lover. My solitude, my song's pleasure and his pain, my song can rhyme a man insane. So come with me, my pipes are play, and we will dance till break of day. I shall be thy lover. Let me get a drink here. Enough pollen in the air. We're getting all sorts of little flowers blooming out here and everything. It's gorgeous. But it does have a prize for singers. All right. I don't know what time it is.
5:45.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I've been doing 45 minutes. That's pretty good for me. That's a first. I haven't done 45 minutes since the surgery in March. All right then. I'll do one more for you. This guy's not a rascal. This is. In case you didn't know, I like white stags. And I actually, if I had a fursona, that would be what I had. And the mythology, the Celtic mythology, is that the goddess of the green wood has a consort, and the consort appears to her in the form of a white stag. So this is my song from the consort to his lady. If I can remember how it goes. There we go. Warm and wet and green walks the goddess when she's ready. Shadow lit and seldom seen, saved by eyes so wide and steady. He raises up his antlered head, sense her gentle breathing, rises from his forest bed with blood that's hot and seething. She steps across the fern-laid floor, her kirtle green and flowing. He follows closely, no more is done without a knowing. She meets up with the river's edge, turns about with outstretched hand. He leaps across the bramble hedge, bows his head at her command. Dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Let me lead you through my forest home, lay you down in soft pine loam, kirtle green so gently torn, as we dance the dance of the hoof and horn. Hoof to foot and horn to hand, they dance amongst the ages. Silvertine and ivy strand, magic sought by mages. Stars of sweat upon the brow, heavy breath upon the breeze. All the trees are spinning now, wild enchanted melody. He's dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Let me lead you through my forest home, lay you down in soft pine loam, kirtle green so gently torn, as we dance the dance of the hoof and horn. Dawn begins to crack, she smiles at him so sweetly, climbs up on his velvet back, her kirtle torn completely. He speeds throughout the tangled wood, leaps across the river's foam, to lay her gently as he would upon the softly scented lawn. Lord of woods and meadows wide, I feel a wound you've tried to hide. Let me gaze into your soul, help you to be sound and whole. I'll place my love within your heart, and thus from me you'll never part. And horn are sharp and hard, my snow-white pelt is hunter's scarred. For I've been sought for strength and power, and should have perished this last hour. But all wounds heal when they are held within your hand, great goddess of the wooded land. Dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Let me lead you through my forest home, lay you down in soft pine loam, kirtle green so gently, gently, gently. Dance, my lady, dance with me. Let me be a star in your moonlit sea. Lead you through my forest home, lay you down in soft pine loam, kirtle green so gently torn, as we dance the dance of the hoof and horn. Hoof and horn, hoof and horn, dance the dance of hoof and horn. I feel better now. Thank you for hanging in with me on a little bit longer show. Remember, today you've got an opportunity, and this goes for any of the musicians, not just me. There's a whole bunch of us out there, all indies, and you can get anything you want on Bandcamp today, and a lot more of the money is going to go to the artist. So I would recommend, if you wanted to buy any albums, that would be the way to do it. And if you like, you can get on the Patreon. I would recommend, if you were going to tip me $1 today, get on the Patreon and tip me $1 once a month, because you'll have a lot more fun. And this because of my surgery and stuff, I've not been able to sit down long enough to really be able to work in my studio and make music. So I've been doing little fun things, and it started last month with everybody being locked down for COVID, and especially Betsy Tinney, our hostess here in this beautiful property. She thought she had something. She didn't know whether it was COVID or what. It turns out it wasn't. But she thought she might have it, so she didn't want to take any chances getting the rest of us sick, especially me just coming out of surgery. So she stayed in quarantine in the lower half of the house. Nobody was allowed to go down there. It was only her. She was allowed to go down there. She's down in the deep, dank depths of the Kanukadushi by herself. And we felt really sorry for her. So we decided maybe she could sit at the bottom of the stairs and we could sit at the top of the stairs and do a little puppet show for her to cheer her up. That's what started it. Well, I used to be a puppeteer long ago. And little did I know, but my lady Sansi also used to do puppets. And we talked about it for a little while. And I didn't have any puppets with me here because all of my stuff is still back in Oklahoma until I can go and fetch it. And so I didn't have any puppets. But somebody had given Sansi a pair of little socks that were little monster socks. And I went, well, we can use the monster socks for puppets. Well, it turns out that once you use your socks for puppets, they decide that they have a right to life, and they refuse to be socks again. You can never wear them on your feet. And then they demand names. So Reft and Light are now official companions to Ryuaja music. And chances are that on top of putting out music once a month like I try to do as a real creation for you, there's probably going to be little adventures of Reft and Light because, well, Sansi and I have discovered our inner child. And like I said, once you make a sock into a living entity, they will refuse to ever be socks again and will want to run around and play and have fun like just the rest of us. So I recommend Patreon would be a good thing to join right now. And I hope you guys are having a good time out there. I hope you're being safe, being smart, wearing your masks. Because remember, wearing your masks is not for you. It is for your best friend. It is for the person that you care about, the person you love, and the person you've never met. So I tend to steer very clear of people that aren't wearing masks. I have one of my own. I have several. And they're even designers. They got some really cool designer masks out there with like Jack Skellington on them and superheroes and everything else. So I think we should start making fashion statements. Anyway, so be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Be mindful of what you're doing. And keep the faith. We will get through this. We're already kind of starting to sneak out there. And just like I said, as we're sneaking out there, be really careful what you're doing. Pay attention. Wash your hands. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.